Alrighty, so as you may have guessed, the bird boss is really, really hard. So I have been able to beat floor 1. You can see I've acquired the rewards here for the first clear, and this is the team that I used. Obviously, this is not ideal because there's really not any healing on this team. The only healing I have is Brynhilder's ult, and it only heals like 30% of damage dealt, so not ideal. Normally, you would run Green Liz instead of Gother, but I'm just using Gother because I find it really hard to get the card RNG that you need to get enough good cards to actually be able to beat this stage. So I think it's a little easier to do it with Gother on the team. Before you ask, no, this is not a very free-to-play friendly game mode. It is a very, very hard. It is meant for like late game, end game players. So there is not going to be any sort of like free-to-play guide or anything like that for this, unless you know somebody in the global community just ends up coming up with some crazy good strat that doesn't require any sort of like really, I guess, like pay-to-win characters. So Margaret is pretty much a must-have almost. You really have to have somebody with Power Strike. I'm currently using Brynhilder. You can obviously use Sariel for this. I've used both of them and they seem to be about on par with each other. They do about the same amount of damage, to be honest. So I don't know. Honestly, I think my Sariel is a little bit more built up, and I have his ult at like 5-6 or something like that, so it would probably benefit me more to use Sariel, but I really like Brynhilder. I think her detonate card and everything is actually really, really cool, so I think we're going to go ahead and fire that off. I'm going to move this, probably use that, and I think we'll actually get rid of this charge card. I want to try to make sure that these Power Strike cards don't merge, because I kind of want to try to rank up as many Power Strike cards as I can for Phase 4, because Phase 4 is insane. Honestly, the first two phases, you don't have to worry too much, I feel. Like, they're not honestly that bad, but Phase 3 is when it starts to get a little bit interesting, because the damage cap, I feel like, is a lot more relevant there, and I think in Phase 3 he has the ability to take off buffs, which is also kind of a hindrance. So let's go with this. Well, I don't even really need to do that. I think we're just going to upgrade on probably Margaret for now, because I'd like to have this level 3 for the later phases. I think this should kill. We'll waste that card, and I don't think he even uses buffs until you get to floor 2. I did try to attempt floor 2, and he puts up like a basic stats buff, I think it is, so it's attack, defense, and HP, and it was a lot, and I wasted my my buff removal card early in the fight, which ended up screwing me over quite a bit. So let's purge these debuffs off really quickly. I don't really know if I want to use this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and waste that. It's not really the biggest deal. And then let's use the charge card maybe. So this will give us Margaret's ult, which is kind of nice. Okay, 93k there. Nothing too crazy here. I don't know if the damage, or like the damage ceiling, or whatever you want to call it, damage gate, damage cap, is on these early phases. I think it actually is, if I'm not mistaken, but it doesn't seem to be as big of a deal because you're sort of building up. You're using like lower leveled cards and stuff like that to get through it. So he is hitting quite hard at the moment. I think I'm gonna move this to get Brynhilder's ult, and then let's use the dairy card so I can get her ult. So boom, that pushes phase. Going into phase 3 here, I'll be able to heal a little bit with Bryn, and or I guess it's Brunhild now, but I don't know. I still like Brynhilder better. Anyway, Let's use this to upgrade on Bryn, so that way we can get these Power Strike cards up a little bit higher. Obviously, we don't have buffs for that ultimate at the moment, but it is what it is. We really can't do anything about it at the moment, and I don't want to use that. I don't want to use the cleanse card just yet. I kind of try to save that for the beginning of phase 3. Oh, we're not pulling a whole lot of Power Strike cards either, so I'm kind of scared. Well, there's one extra one, but we really don't have a whole lot of attacks in hand at this point either. Gother's probably dead here, unfortunately. No, not quite just yet, but it's happening slowly. Let's use all of these and try to just see what we can pull. That's honestly the biggest part, the biggest downside to using Gother. I think maybe Red Gother might be a little bit better, but I don't think there's even type advantage or anything like that that you have to worry about on this stage. So even though he's red, I don't know if it's, well, I don't know if it's both ways actually. I know that for your characters doing type, there's no type advantage or disadvantage for my characters hitting him, but I don't know if it's vice versa or not. So this is not good. Very, very close. I actually think I might kill here, which is good. If I can pull a rank up going into this phase, that would be fantastic. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. This is barely gonna do enough damage. Very cool though. I think I can pull this off, but obviously, ooh, I'm really surprised I didn't kill Gother right there. We did not pull a rank up either. So you can see this is the big problem with this phase. He has a 2,500% defense increase. So with that, that's the reason why the Power Strike cards are basically a must-have. I think I'm going to keep these from combining. So let's do it like this. And I don't even think that this Brynhilder Detonate card is even going to hit through. It might with the level 3 Margaret buff on, but okay, you can see that does 156k, which I think is the damage cap. Yeah, the Detonate card definitely didn't hit through, which is unfortunate. He's gonna, no, I finally got the cards. Why? That's really unfortunate. All right, hitting Bryn a bit. And the big problem, so the big thing with this stage right here is that if you don't kill, or if you don't deal damage to him, I can't remember exactly where it is. One buff, hero, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember where it is. I can't remember where the thing is that says it. But in this stage, if you do not deal damage to him for like at least one turn, you gain corrosion, and it deals a ton of damage, like an absolute ton of damage. So it is absolutely necessary. You can see he patients the ult there as well, which is nuts. This ult actually might end up doing a decent bit. I got more Detonate cards, which is unfortunate. Okay, cool. None of those buffs wore out that turn. This might hit through a little bit. I really doubt it deals much damage, if any. So, I think we're gonna go ahead and use that card and merge these. I think this is a failed run, honestly. 89k. That's not terrible. We're so close. I had one run where I was like literally just a tiny sliver of HP, and then I lost because he attack sealed on Bryn and I couldn't use a card, and it was absolutely awful. Oh, I think we land. I think, yeah, we're dead here. Oh Lord. Got a lot of buffs though. Never mind. So yeah, that's basically how this is going. yeah. Hopefully, because this is out on global now, there might be, you know, there's a lot more players on global. Hopefully there's a little bit of people who are willing to actually test out different kinds of team comps and stuff like that. I think for right now, using this team to at least clear this each time that the first clear reward is off cooldown is gonna be probably my best bet at the moment. I know ideally you want to beat at least these first 2 stages, because basically how this is going to work is the first time clear reward gives you 2 of these guaranteed and 1 of these win sources, and the win source is actually going to be the ideal material that you need to craft SSR Holy Relic. So you can see if we try to go craft Bond's Holy Relic, it takes 15 win sources. These other 3 can be, or well, actually these 2 right here can be farmed from beating the bird boss, and then this one right here you can actually buy from the world tree itself in the exchange shop, which is kind of nice. And then yeah, like I said, this one is basically only coming from the first clear reward, and you get 1 on stage 1, 2 on stage 2, and 3 on stage 3. So if you were able to beat all 3 stages, you could farm out a Holy Relic in 3 weeks. But if you can't do that, wait, actually, is it 3 weeks? No, that would be 6. I guess technically you would still need to do 3 weeks, but if you can only beat 2 stages, you can only get 3 of these materials per week, so that would be 5 weeks. And then if you can only beat stage 1 to get 1 of these per week, obviously that's 15 weeks worth of grinding that you're gonna have to do to get 1 of these. So it's very late game stuff. I'm kind of hoping, I know in one of the leaks or one of the like dev app notes that was going on, or that went around, I know that they were talking about maybe adding some sort of PvE item that would help with PvE content. I think that might be their way of sort of combating how difficult the bird boss is. Obviously it's supposed to be really, really hard, like it's supposed to be really, you know, grindy, so that way it takes a while to get the holy relics and everything like that. But once they start adding the packs that you can just buy to actually get these materials and stuff like that, there's gonna need to be more free-to-play friendly ways of getting these, or else people are just literally just gonna buy them all up, and then the whales have all of the power, and then the free-to-play players are just kind of screwed. So I don't know, that's honestly it. I hate that I didn't at least win on camera, because I did play this like several times. I think it probably took me 6 or 7 tries just to beat this the one time that I did, and then I immediately, like, I think I beat phase 1 on floor 2, and I immediately lost after that. So yeah, honestly, very, very difficult. I really didn't think that anybody on the JP and Korean servers were lying that it was really that hard, but I definitely wanted to get my hands on it and try it for myself, and it is definitely hard. So hopefully you guys enjoy this sort of content. I don't know necessarily if you guys wanted really, really hard stuff, but I think it gives people like me who have been playing the game for a really long time at least something to kind of work towards, because a lot of the other content is pretty easy as far as PvE goes. So yeah, I think it's definitely something interesting. And with the fact that you know, Ragnarok has definitely like potential to keep going in different kinds of directions. The bird boss could be, you know, swapped out for a different boss in the future. There's obviously other way, or like other little areas and stuff like that that you can farm in the world tree that are, I assume, going to be introduced in the future. So there's tons of different things that could happen. I'm assuming they'll start giving out the holy relic materials and stuff like that in like different kinds of event exchange shops and stuff. But yeah, hopefully we'll see how it goes and how it progresses in the future. So that is pretty much it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I do pretty much daily content for the game. If you want to, you know, keep up to date with the news and everything like that for the game, or just want to see any of my content, I would appreciate it. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.